Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Feraphic, and this is World of Tanks. I'm in my M103, the Tier 9 American heavy tank, and I am in one of the best matchups I have ever been in this tank. I'm the only Tier 9 on my team, and there's only one Tier 9 on the enemy team. And to top it all off, XVM was announcing to me that we had a 73% chance to win this game at the start, so I was feeling pretty confident. And it's not often that this happens, but every once in a while there is just pretty much the perfect game where everything just goes right. The enemy puts up a fight but still goes down, and your team plays intelligently, and everybody's just happy. Well, on your team at least. The enemy team isn't very happy usually. But this was one of those games, and it was just wonderful to play because it hasn't happened to me in so long that I actually got a team that was worth the tanks they were playing, I guess. I mean, as a whole. So, this is my standard way to play this map. I forget what it's called actually, but I don't usually go into the forest. I like to go up onto the western side of the map and fight it out over here. Especially when I'm driving tanks with good gun depression, so I can abuse the undulations in the terrain to go hull down. Now the enemy team tried to play aggressively, it looks like. They pushed up pretty far. They got to the bottom of our hill, but we just had a stronger presence here, I guess, and they got totally overwhelmed. And also, the eastern flank ended up pushing through the forest. They had effective scout work from our ELC, and they were able to push with minimal losses. And the enemy, yeah, and the ELC power slides into me. But we were able to basically just overwhelm the enemy heavy presence here, and watch what happens to this comet. Just gets eradicated as soon as he gets spotted. And now, even though it's fairly early in the game and the scores are still pretty low, it's basically just time to clean up the enemy. The game's already won. It's just a race to get as much damage done as possible before the game ends. And I was able to take out the enemy artillery, which is always nice. Unfortunately, the shot goes into the rock there while I was shooting at the enemy AMX 5100. I'm able to put in one shot before he goes down. Something that is really nice about American tanks is their ability to fire on the move quite accurately with vertical stabilizers fitted, which is something I like to do. And I go for a shot on the Jagdtiger 88. I was hoping to hit his tracks, but he pulled back, and it looks like the shot went into his lower plate, which was extremely well angled. So it's not surprising that that went in. The 112, on the other hand, has an absolutely garbage lower plate that pretty much any tank can go through. I believe it's around 135 millimeters of penetration needed to go through the lower plate of the 112. And I managed to secure the kill on the enemy Tier 9, the AMX 5100, or sorry, 5120, and get Top Gun. And now it's just the last 2 tanks on the enemy team, 2 IS-3s in a platoon, and everybody's just rushing them. And it is game over. I go for a final shot. I don't know what happens to that shot. I didn't do any damage, and I didn't get any crew message that I bounced. So maybe it's just a ghost shell. Who knows? So yeah, that was basically a seal clubbing game in the M103. I managed to do over 4,000 damage, as well as almost 2,000 spotting damage, and pick up 1,205 non-double, non-premium experience, as well as Top Gun and Confederate, as well as doing the most damage on my team by a considerable margin. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and maybe I'll catch you next time.